Hello friends, I'm Neha. I've started a new YouTube channel named Study with Ease from Neha. This channel is basically to guide final year students of CA, CS and CMA. I'll try to cover as many subjects as possible in this channel. Okay. In my very first video, I've come up with illustrations and exercises of indirect taxes as given in the latest ICS study material. This video is applicable for CA final old and new syllabus students who are going to appear in November 20, and this video is also relevant for CS and CMA final students. So without wasting any time, to start off the video. We'll start from chapter 2 because in the latest ICS study mat there are no illustrations or exercises in chapter 1. So let's start off with chapter 2. Let's see the first question. It's given what is a taxable event under GST. So first we need to understand the term taxable event. A taxable event refers to any event or transaction that results in a tax consequence for the party who executes the transaction. So in GST, which event results in tax consequence? When supply of goods or services is made, right? Now let's read the answer. Taxable event under GST is supply of goods or services or both. CGST and SGST or UTGST will be levied on intrastate supplies. IGST will be levied on interstate supplies. Okay, simple. Now second question. What is the tax treatment of composite supply and mixed supply under GST? Now let's recap once the definition of composite and mixed supply. Now composite supply is what? Composite supply means a supply made by a taxable person to a recipient consisting of two or more taxable supplies of goods or services or both or any combination thereof, which are naturally bundled and supplied in conjunction with each other in the ordinary course of business, one of which is a principal supply. And the tax liability shall be the rate of principal supply in this case. Example is that charger supplied along with mobile phone, remote supplied along with TV. Okay. Now, what is mixed supply? Mixed supply means two or more individual supplies of goods or services or any combination thereof made in conjunction with each other by a taxable person for a single price, where such person doesn't constitute a composite supply. So in this case, tax liability shall be the rate applicable to the supply that attracts the highest rate of tax. Example, a gift pack comprising of chocolates, candies, sweets and balloons. Okay. Now let's read the answer. They have just asked us the tax treatment of composite and mixed supply. Now here's the answer. Composite supply shall be treated as supply of the principal supply. Mixed supply would be treated as supply of that particular goods or services which attracts the highest rate of tax. Okay. Now third question. Whether transfer of title and or possession is necessary for a transaction to constitute supply of goods. So transfer of both is necessary. Now see the answer. Title as well as possession both have to be transferred for a transaction to be considered as a supply of goods. In case title is not transferred, the transaction would be treated as supply of service in terms of Schedule 11 Clause 1, 11 subsection 1 Clause B of CGST Act. In some cases, possession may be transferred immediately, but title may be transferred at a future date, like in case of sale on approval basis or hire purchase agreement, arrangement, whatever. Such transaction will also be termed as supply of goods. Okay. Now, question number 4. Examine whether following activities would amount to supply under Section 7 read with Schedule 1 of the CGST Act. Now, first is 4A is Sulekha manufacturers have a factory in Delhi and a depot in Mumbai. Both the establishments are registered in respective states. Okay. Finished goods are sent from factory in Delhi to the Mumbai depot without consideration so that the same can be sold. Now this is supply between distinct person, Schedule 1 para 2, right? Let's see the answer. It's given here. Schedule 1 of CGST Act inter alia stipulates that supply of goods or services or both between related persons or between distinct persons as specified in section 25 is supply even without consideration provided it is made in the course or furtherance of business. Further, where a person who has obtained or is required to obtain registration in a state in respect of an establishment has an establishment in another state, then such establishment shall be treated as establishment of distinct persons, section 25 of the CGST Act. Okay. In view of the same, factory and depot of Sulekha manufacturers are establishments of two distinct persons. Therefore, supply of goods from Delhi factory of Sulekha manufacturers to the Mumbai depot without consideration but in the course of furtherance of business is supply under section 7 of CGST Act. Clear? Now 4B. 4B question is Raman is an architect in Chennai. His brother, who is settled in London, is a well known lawyer. Raman has taken legal advice from him free of cost with regard to his family dispute. This is a case of import of service, but it is from unrelated person and it is not in the course of furtherance of business. Now let's see the answer. Schedule 1 of CGST Act inter alia stipulates that import of service by a taxable person from a related person located outside India without consideration is treated as supply if it is provided in the course of furtherance of business. Example to section 15 inter alia provides that persons shall be deemed to be related persons if they are members of the same family. Further, as per section 2 subsection 49 of CGST Act 2017, family means the spouse and children of the person and the parents, grandparents, brothers and sisters of the person if they are wholly or mainly dependent on the said person. Okay. Now the answer is, in the given case, Raman has received free of cost legal services from his brother. However, in view of section 2 subsection 49 clause 2 above, Raman and his brother cannot be considered to be related as Raman's brother is a well-known lawyer and it is not wholly or mainly dependent on Raman. Okay, this is the main part of this answer. Further, Raman has taken legal advice from him in personal matter and not in the course of furtherance of business. Again, important point. Consequently, services provided by Raman's brother to him would not be treated as supply under section 7 of CGST Act read with schedule 1. Simple. Now 4C. Would your answer be different if in the above case Raman has taken advice in respect of his business unit in Chennai? No, answer would remain same because though it is in the course of business but it is still from unrelated person. See the answer? In the above case, if Raman has taken advice with regard to his business unit, services provided by Raman's brother to him would still not be treated as supply under section 7 of the CGST Act read with schedule 1, as although the same are provided in the course of furtherance of business, such services have not been received from a related person. Clear? Now, question number 5. State whether the following supplies would be treated as supply of goods or supply of services as per Schedule 2 of the CGST Act. Number A is renting of immovable property. Renting of immovable property is supply of services. Okay, there is no transfer of title now. Second one is goods forming part of business assets are transferred or disposed of by or under directions of person carrying on the business, whether or not for consideration. So this is a case of supply of goods. Third one, transfer of right in goods without transfer of title in goods. Title is not transferred, just right is transferred. So this is supply of services. Next one is transfer of title in goods under an agreement which stipulates that property shall pass at a future date. Hire purchase case. So this is supply of goods. Okay. Now question number 6. Question number 6 is determine whether the following supplies amount to composite supplies. So just now we had revised about composite and mixed supply. Now I guess it would be easy for you all to answer this question. So 6A is a hotel provides 4 days 3 nights package wherein the facility of breakfast and dinner is provided along with room accommodation. So breakfast and dinner is naturally bundled with room accommodation. Now let's see the answer. So it's given under composite supply, two or more taxable supplies of goods or services or both or any combination thereof are naturally bundled and supplied in conjunction with each other in the ordinary course of business, one of which is a principal supply, section 2 subsection 30 of CGST Act. In view of the same, since supply of breakfast and dinner with accommodation in the hotel are naturally bundled, said supplies qualify as composite supply. Okay. Next one. Next question is a toothpaste company has offered the scheme of free toothbrush along with toothpaste. So toothbrush is not naturally bundled with toothpaste. Answer is since supply of toothbrush along with toothpaste are not naturally bundled, said supplies do not qualify as composite supply. Okay, simple. Now question number 7. Last question is whether goods supplied on hire purchase basis will be treated as supply of goods or supply of services. Give reason. So this is supply of goods because property shall pass at a future date upon payment of full consideration as agreed. Okay, see the answer now. It's given here. Supply of goods on hire purchase basis shall be treated as supply of goods as there is transfer of title, although at a future date. Okay, so this completes our chapter 2. Hope you like this video. If this video was beneficial for you all, then please do share with your friends and let them also take this privilege. If you wish, you can like and subscribe, and if you're interested to see my next videos, you need to press the bell icon to get notified for my upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching my video. And yeah, guys, study hard as there is no substitute for hard work. I can understand it's not easy to study every day for so long hours, but remember it won't last for a lifetime. It's just a matter of few days, and then you'll get all what you wish for, and maybe even more than that. So there are two main reasons how we hamper our studies. I'm telling this as per my own experience. So two main reasons are first reason is that we get too much affected by the criticisms. Let people say what they are saying, ignore it, and just trust yourself and move ahead. And second reason is procrastination. Remember, everything in life is easy when you are busy, but nothing is easy when you are lazy. So please get rid of your laziness and start studying. Stop procrastination. And don't forget that you're capable of more than you know. So buck up, guys. And yeah, one important announcement. Anyone of you who is willing to solve ICAI DT illustration and exercises as well for November 20, please visit the link mentioned in the description box. Okay. So see you in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Stay happy, stay healthy, be a real human being and spread love. Thank you. Bye bye.